Welcome back to Inside City Hall. A Texas congressman has introduced legislation that would allow the government to denaturalize immigrants and deport them because of their political or religious beliefs. The bill is named after Mayor Mamdani, a Muslim immigrant and a Democratic socialist. Under the proposed legislation, Mamdani himself could even face deportation. Shannon Ryan in our Washington, D.C. bureau joins us from the steps of the U.S. Capitol with the details on all of this. Good evening, Shannon.
Hey, good evening to you, Errol. Yes, as you mentioned, if this were to pass, the mayor himself could be deported for his own beliefs. We did reach out to his office about it, and at this point, they're not even bothering to engage with it. However, critics on the Hill say it's xenophobic and unconstitutional. Firebrand Republican Chip Roy wants to give the government the power to deport, denaturalize, and deny immigrants because of their political views and religious identity.
We think we need to be able to, protect our republic, protect this sovereign nation. We got a lot of people here who are coming here directly, specifically to undermine our values.
Roy is locked in a runoff to become the Republican nominee for Texas Attorney General.
Of fighting to preserve, protect, and defend our legacy.
An office historically entrenched in culture wars. The legislation has little chance of passing, but may help him with conservative voters. He's named it the Mamdani, or Measures Against Marxism's Dangerous Adherence and Noxious Islamists Act, after Mayor Zoran Mamdani, New York City's first Muslim African-born mayor.
We've been seeing this Congress member use Muslims as a punching bag for the past year.
Samiha Rizvi of the Council on American Islamic Relations dismissed the legislation as an anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim publicity stunt.
He keeps on going lower and lower to get more attention.
The bill would consider any affiliation with socialism, communism, Chinese communism, Marxism, and Islamic fundamentalism after the age of 14 as reason for deportation, denaturalization, or denial of immigrants.
We will make no apology for what we believe.
It specifically targets the Democratic Socialists of America and all associated groups. Mamdani is a proud member of the organization.
I was elected as a Democratic Socialist, and I will govern as a Democratic Socialist.
New York lawmakers we spoke with called the bill unconstitutional and obnoxious.
People are entitled to their views. That's the first amendment. That's the foundation of this country.
I think Chip Roy would be really good if he just picked up a copy of the United States Constitution.
That's not who we are or who we should be as a nation.
We asked Representative Roy about that criticism as he finished giving a Freedom Caucus speech on the House floor. He defended it, saying the bill builds on a Red Scare-era law and Supreme Court ruling, allowing the deportation of immigrants for membership in a communist or totalitarian party. Our today said that it was antithetical to freedom itself. Obviously, you just spoke on the floor.
The United States Supreme Court literally upheld the communist portion of it in 1952. We're a sovereign nation who can decide who should be among us, and that's what we should do.
And Errol, this comes as Roy has introduced a slew of unsuccessful immigration-related legislation as of late, one of which would have anybody who believes in Sharia law deported.
About a quarter of a mile across the street from where you're standing at the Supreme Court, they have ruled over and over again that you can't deport people or otherwise criminalize them or take state action against them just based on what they believe. And it sounds like from the way he was running away from you, Chip Roy probably understands that.
I certainly think he does. And, you speak about the justices in the Supreme Court. The conservatives who we see on the bench are typically constitutionalists themselves, so I don't see this going anywhere fast, Errol.
And as far as the actual wording of the law, I mean, he's correct to the extent that you can criminalize, punish, surveil even people who belong to certain organizations, but it doesn't sound like that's the way this has been drafted.
No, it's not. And what I thought was really interesting, you go back to the DSA membership. I mean, think about how large the Democratic Socialists of America are. I mean, are you familiar with the numbers for them? I would have to go and look that up. But to my knowledge, there are thousands of people. I mean, my own college had a club where people were members. So that's a pretty wide net, Errol.
Yeah, they have about 13,000 members in New York City, so I don't know if all of them would suddenly, be eligible for deportation. Thanks so much for that update, Shannon. It is time now for